Have you ever felt like your brain is a high-speed computer? One of those systems that can solve the hardest problems with ease? But when someone at a party asks you, "So what's up?" your whole system just freezes. Your mind goes blank, your tongue gets tied, and inside you're thinking, "What should I say? How do I sound normal without looking awkward?" Most people think this is just being shy or having low confidence, but the truth is much more interesting. The problem isn't you, it's that your brain wasn't built for small talk. You are like a Formula One racing car stuck in heavy city traffic. You have all this power, but nowhere to go. Today, we're going to find out why being smart can make you feel like an outsider and how you can fix it. The first reason is that your brain loves real information. When you talk about something deep, your mind fires on all cylinders. But small talk, like "the weather is nice today," has no real data. Your brain looks at these questions, finds them empty, and decides to stay silent. You aren't being rude. Your brain just doesn't want to waste its energy on something that doesn't matter. The second reason is that you see the end of the story too early. When someone starts telling a long, repetitive story, you know exactly how it's going to end in the first 10 seconds. Because you already solved the puzzle, you lose interest. Others might think you aren't paying attention, but the reality is that your mind is just a few steps ahead of everyone else. You hate repetition because your brain is always looking for something new. The third reason is escaping the empty noise. Most people talk just to fill the silence, but for you, silence is often much better than meaningless chatter. You would rather stay quiet than talk about celebrity gossip or sports scores. This makes people think you are cold or boring, but the truth is, you are just waiting for a conversation that is actually worth your time. There is another interesting thing. You read people too well. You don't just listen to words. You notice the tiny shake in their hand, the fake tone in their voice, and the hidden feelings they aren't talking about. You see the deep layers of human behavior. Processing all these details is exhausting. This is why after just 1 hour in a crowd, you feel like you've run a marathon. You need to be alone to recharge your batteries.
Many of you have learned to wear a mask. You try to act simpler so people won't feel intimidated by you. You constantly filter your thoughts before you speak. But doing this makes you feel stiff and unnatural. You stay quiet because you aren't sure how much of your real self you can show without confusing everyone. So what is the fix? You don't need to change who you are. You just need to change how you look at the situation. First, look at small talk as an entry ticket. Think of it as a necessary bridge that leads you to the deep conversations you actually enjoy. Second, if someone asks a boring question, turn it into a why or how question. If they talk about the weather, ask, "How much do you think the weather affects people's moods?" This moves the conversation to your level. Finally, remember that being like this isn't a sickness or a weakness. It's a sign of how powerful your mind is. If you ever feel like an outsider, don't be sad. Your brain wasn't built for the shallow water. You were built for the deep ocean. Don't be afraid to be different. It's actually your greatest strength.